Pandas. Good morning, my pandas, and welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us today. Whew! Feels good. Feels good, pandas. Completed our Apex evaluation. It feels nice. I'm glad that you guys can join us today. One second. Thanks for waiting around. Coach moves, alright. Good morning, chat. Good morning, good morning. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas as you guys are rolling in. Coach Mose, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, hopefully you get yours by Friday. Hope everyone gets their bamboo. Hope everyone gets their funded account from Apex. Vincent Nieves, good morning. Power Trader, good morning from LA. Aaron Korn, good morning. Ed, good morning. Join the stream today. Let's go, baby. Glad that you can join us. Aaron Korn, yeah, from Rancho Cucamonga. Beach Bum, good morning from NC. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Brandon Jones, good morning. Hey, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be today. Also, drop a GM in the chat. A GM with your location would be great. Helps out the stream a lot if you guys scalp that like button and join the chat for a little bit. Kevin Mack, good morning from Louisville, Kentucky. John Curry, good morning from New York. Bernadette, morning pandas from New York, welcome back. F Zen, good morning. Richard Harris, good morning. Free paper cuts. Christian Ortiz, good morning. Phil W, our second entry panda here. Thanks for your support. Kevin Mack. You made it! I made it! I'm a real boy! Finally! I made it! Mike Boliskis. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Evzen. Thank you, Beach Bum. Tom Hans, good morning. Michael M, congrats on Apex. Thank you. Jano Shiver, good morning, pandas. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Madiani, good morning. Futures Trader, good morning. How many of you guys, when you guys trade now, in your mind or even out loud, now say, and when you get your successful scalp, say, let's go, baby? How many of you guys do that? At least that's my small way I can influence the community with a dumb saying like that. You know, it's not just the words. It's how you say it. It's how you say it. Let's go, baby. Gotta emphasize the baby. Good morning, good morning. Alaman Asad, thank you. As you guys are rolling in, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Also, drop a GM in the chat. Scalp that like button. Helps out the stream a lot. Also, for those who are interested in opening an Apex account, get a funded account for yourself, go ahead and click that link. Pandas, my pandas. Since I actually completed this Apex evaluation and I'm waiting for the funded account, it takes about 4 days, I think, in order to completely get it. You should get an email sometime, and once you get the email, then you should sign some forms. And once you sign the forms, and they have to go through a couple more processes, and so I'm waiting for that. And until then, pandas, I'm actually, and no cap, gonna be full disclosure. I will be trading sim until I get this account. So every trade you see until I get this funded account will be sim. And yeah, so just want to be transparent. The reason being is I don't want to mess with the counts, you know? I don't want to mess with the counts. Let's see. Michael M asks a good question. When you go to 150K, will that change your position size? No. Not really. I will have to change. So the thing about the funded account pandas, and again, as I'm doing this for the first time, it's interesting because the moment you get it, it's not like you can start trading like 15 contracts. If you guys don't know, I guess I go over the rules for those because I think a lot of us are doing it. I'm trying to find this. This is it. This looks really steep. It's really steep for a channel. Nah, this is way too steep for a channel. You see how we're missing the tops here? This is too steep. I guess some people would mark it like this, perhaps. Getting the tops and how the tops fit. I don't like getting the tops to find a channel. I only like, if it's an uptrend, I like to use the bottom pivots. There has to be some sort of larger structure here that we're missing. I'm trying to find it, pandas. Sorry, I just opened the charts and we've had a pretty strong bull trend lately, and very surprising because when this bar printed, I really thought we're gonna have some follow through, big follow through, and you can see on the daily here, I have this bar, this reversal bar, I have it marked with a 2x X reward. And why I marked it is because I believe we're going to try to make 2x this this candle here for a swing trade. I think we're going to at least hit that. And also I have this target, which is the bottom of the channel, the spiking channel. Right? Spike channel. I also have this line marked. And this line is marked because why do I have this line marked? I forget. Why is, oh yeah, this line is marked because we have double this surprise bar, and double the surprise bar is a measure move as well. So we have 2x risk reward on this bar. We also have the bottom of the channel of this, and we also have the measure move of this surprise bar. And I marked all of these levels here thinking that we're gonna try to hit these levels as we go down. And once this bar printed, the strong bear bar printed yesterday, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna have some follow through. But right now, the follow through is not looking good. It looks like we're going to more chop. We might have a small pullback to push up here. We might even come back to the top of the trading range. And actually, it's crazy. Another trading range was created. It's an overlapping trading range. We had this trading range, but this trading range ended, and it actually created another trading range because these three bars started to overlap. So we actually have another bigger trading range being created here. And we might come back to the top of the trading range before we finally push down, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say right now. Because this follow through is not good. Like, we should have some immediate follow through with this bar. No follow through yet. So just waiting. I'm waiting for the price action to come out. Here's a higher time frame here. You could use Mac's way of marking the channel, which is using the bottom, the body. But I don't like that. Very unconventional. Very unconventional. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to just have two trend lines here. It's going to look a little messy, but I think that's just how I have to mark this. Two trend lines. One trend line here with overshoot, and then we have another trend line happening here. It's bigger, bigger structure here. This is how I'm marking my channels for now. As the day goes on, we'll see. We do have some sort of head and shoulders coming here. And we have a trap trade here, as you guys can see. Looks a little messy. I'm actually going to get rid I'm actually gonna get rid of this channel here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this channel. Sorry, pandas. It's a little confusing. I'm not exactly sure how I should mark these channels here. Trading range. We missed the bottom of the range by 1 tick here. Came back to the top of the trading range. Very interesting. You're thinking you come back to the bottom of the trading range and maybe break down. A little hard to say. Yeah, so pandas, as I was saying, I am waiting for my funded account, and until then, I'll be trading sim today. So no surprises today. I'll be trading sim. The reason being is because I don't want to mess with the account. I don't want to mess with the evaluation, because for those who don't know the rules, what's happening right now is they need to convert this account into a funded account. They call it a PA account, performance paid account. And I don't know why they don't call it a PPA account, but they call it a PA account. And basically, they're going to convert my current account into a PA account. And in order for them to do that, I can't touch this account. I have to keep it above the goal. And I have to keep it above the goal the entire time until they convert it. And so right now, it's being converted, and so I can't touch it. So that's why I'm going to be trading sim until then. And and someone asked a good question on chat. What was his name? What was your name? Michael M says, when you go to 150K, will that change your position size? And it won't. It won't in the short term, because basically what happens when you get your funded account, whatever account that you passed for the evaluation is account that you signed up for, and that's the same account that you'll get in the funded account. And so what will happen is you get $150,000, and then you can only lose. So the same rules apply, right? You have the $5,000 trailing drawdown, which is active until you get past, until your threshold gets beyond the initial capital, which is $150,000. Then it turns into a static threshold. And so what that means is until I make $5,000 or more, right, the drawdown will be a trailing drawdown. It will be a $5,000 trailing drawdown. And basically, you can't lose more than $5,000. And so basically, if your account really goes, well, since it's trailing drawdown, you basically have the trailing drawdown until you make 1,000, until you make the account more than $155,000. Once you make it more than $155,000, which means you gain $5,000, then the account turns to a static drawdown of the initial capital plus 100. And so that means that you can go to, so that means the drawdown will be $150,100, a static drawdown. It doesn't become a trailing drawdown anymore. So that means that if I make $10,000, if I make the account get to $160,000, I don't have that $5,000 trailing drawdown anymore. I can go all the way down to $150,000 and $150,100, and yeah, I can get down to that point. But if I go to $150,099, I lose my paid performance account. And the reason why Apex does that is because they want to protect their capital, right? So technically, they will never lose money if you keep your account above the initial capital plus 100. they can never lose money, and so that's why they keep it that way. And so I'm gonna keep my contract sizes the same until I create a nice buffer. And I think the buffer for me will be around 15K. Once I make a 10% gain on this account, then I think I'm gonna start increasing my contract sizes. And because I want some buffer between the drawdown and the actual account balance. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So I will actually still be trading pretty much the same contract sizes. Pretty much I'll be doing a 3-to-1. But on stream, I probably still do 2 contracts just because my track record on stream has been rough. I will admit that. And, I don't want to, because if you're trading with real money, you don't want to, risk too much, especially if you're losing money on stream. So, it is what it is. And again, I mentioned many times why that happens, and it could be a mix of things. At the end, there's no excuses. I got to be better. But, the stress, the little edge that you have when you're not on stream, you lose it with stream, because you start to get different motivations to enter trades. You start to want to enter trades because you want to make content, and, you're waiting around. And so that kind of like that FOMO increases like tenfold. And, at least for me, it might not be for some other people, but at least for me, that's how it's been. Market's about to open in 2 minutes. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Market's about to open. Can't be. 1 second, I just lost my 5-minute chart. Nah. Interesting. What's my 5-minute look like? Very interesting. My 5-minute bar timer is not running. Interesting. I don't know why that is. Huh. Strange. Not sure what that is. Daniel Alexander says, it's not correct. They lose money if you make money. They don't put money into an account. It's a demo account. Not sure where that is. Let me know where you're getting that. Let me know where you're getting that information. Daniel Alexander, let me know. Let me get that information. Let me get that information where you're getting that. Market just opened. Pandas, my pandas. Yep, we're breaking down now. Trading range indicator is working to the T. We've been on a strong uptrend, and this could finally break down back into our channel here. It's in kind of the head and shoulders here. And, I'll be not interested in fading this, but we could get a two-legged pullback here. A, B, C, two-legged pullback back to the bottom of this channel here. Potential trap trade. Sitting on my pause though. Sitting on my pause here. I want a two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback disappears. don't understand why my 5-minute bar timer is not working. Nice push down. This is a breakdown of this trading range. To me, this is a bona fide breakdown. Main reason being is because this trap trade triggering here. No remorse for the bulls. Not taking this. I'll take a two-legged pullback though, if we can get it. On the 10K chart, something interesting is happening here. We're getting a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. It's actually a very simple two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Also the middle of the channel here. I'm not sure if I'm interested in this though. Potential another trap trade here. I mean, looking at the daily chart, pandas, we actually have a pretty long ways to get back to the bottom here. If we want follow through on that daily, right? There's the daily chart here. If we want to follow through on the bottom, we have a long ways to go, pandas. By the way, if you ask, you know, people ask like why maybe the sell-off yesterday is because Daniel Alexander says I asked them too and they confirmed it. Interesting. I'll have to confirm myself. You know, I do appreciate you giving us that info, but I do need I want to confirm that myself. Pushing down. It's a ledge here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row. But breaking down. I don't know if I'll consider this a ledge. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect hits in a row. We do have a two-legged pullback on the 10K chart, forming really nicely right now with a decent signal bar. Okay, signal bar. We gotta let the bar to finish. Signal bar's not done yet. 10,000 tick. The reason why I bring in this up is because it's right on 20 MA, and so this could be something here. But the signal bar is getting worse and worse as we're completing this bar. So I'm not interested. Just a strong push down, pandas. No entries for us. These are all traps though. These are all traps because people are trying to reverse this downtrend and they're getting trapped out. They're all getting trapped out right now. That's why these magenta boxes are here. The first 5-minute candle is a strong bear bar ending near its low. Let's see if we get follow through on that bar. I'm not sure my bar timer is not working on my 5-minute. Very strange. Never happened before. Aesthetically, I gotta remove it. Another trap, pandas? This is a lot of traps in a row. Coming back to the bottom of our channel here. Strong downtrend to start the day. Strong trending bar. The first 5-minute candle is a strong bear candle ending near its low. Gotta keep that in count. Perhaps a two-legged pullback, A, B, C. We could have this, couple things here. We have this channel working for us. This channel here. Also have potential breaker trend to new low, and we could have a reversal here. Not sure. This is a two-legged pullback here, but we have breaker trend to new low. Nowhere near the 20 EMA though. If you want the reversal to happen, it has to happen above the 20 EMA. We do have a two-legged pullback forming here. Ooh, I want it to be closer to the 20 EMA here if I'm going to take this two-legged pullback. That's why you don't take those. Reverses immediately. I want to get closer to 20 EMA, and I'll be interested in going short. Make some micro double top for the moment. Could be an outside bar reversal here. Some people may take this reversal trade to go long, actually. But I'm underneath the 20 EMA, so I'm not interested in the reversal right now. Still underneath the 20 EMA. Makes a micro double top. It could come back down here and give us a strong push down. Micro double bottom. I actually want this to trigger first. I want to get actually closer and tap the 20 EMA before going short. And I might miss this trade, but it's because I'm not close enough to the 20 EMA here. I want to be closer to 20 EMA. But this is a two-legged pullback right now with a micro double top. Still waiting. Once that triggers, comes up, now I'm interested in going short. Looking for a failed trap. This trap is successful. Successful for scalping out. If we make a nice signal bar, I'd be interested in going short here, but we need a nice signal bar. Looking to go short. I want it to close beneath the 20 EMA. Good enough for me. Gonna go short here. Go short. Two-legged pullback. Failed reversal off the 20 EMA. Let's see if we can get some bamboo. But this is a sim count, Panda, so just letting you guys know. Just waiting. Two-legged pullback here. It's not looking good. It looks like it wants to reverse right here. That trap does trigger to the upside. This could spike up, stop me out. Let's see how strong this downtrend is. This could spike and stop me out here. Just waiting. L4 setup now. L4 setup. I mean, this is another scalp. I might double my position here, but I'm just gonna let it play out. Let's go, baby. Runner got stopped out. Easy peasy, easy money. I was a little worried, not to be not. I was a little worried, to be honest, but got that quick scalp. Another push up. This trading range, this is really choppy, very interesting. Looking at this now, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 choppy candles. Very interesting right now. Just no direction. It's actually pushing up, maybe to the top of the trading range once again. I could be wrong. This might actually be a ledge here. Ledges, if you guys know, are very important points. So if I make a horizontal line here, we're gonna find ourselves, we may go really high or really low, but we might end up coming back here. And the reason why I'm marking this is because now we have all this price action around this area, which makes me think this is actually an important area now. Right, the market's telling us early on with the price action that, hey, this area, people have been finding their equilibrium here, so we could push down far, but this area is such a how do I say it? It's such a fair price for the market that they are willing to come back here. And if you go too far away from it, then it's it's too high, right? And the market wants to come back to this balanced price here, this equilibrium. So this can go for a very long time actually, and it all happened with this ledge. I mentioned this ledge. Just wasn't sure if it was really a ledge. It was 4 hits in a row. But I'll mark this like a color that we can't forget, which is my favorite color, magenta. So we got a magenta color here, and we might end up coming back to it. Even though we go really high, most likely come back to this magenta line. And all this price action right here is telling me that this is an important spot, important price. I don't know why, but the price action is telling me it's an important price. We have some stuff here, but other than that, but right now the immediate price, so I wouldn't be surprised all day if we're just slicing in and out of this magenta line. Barely got away with a scalp there, but we got it right off the 20 MA. And this is why we go that 1 point scalp. With like a couple pushes up, and any kind of reason to come back to this line, I'll take. Any setup to come back to this line, I will take, because I think this line here, and this line is at 46.1075 for those who are wondering, but this line is gonna be a magnet today, in my opinion. Just because we had this price action, we had this ledge here, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in a row, and not only that, we had some confirmation with that ledge, because look at, while we traded around it, what happened? We became really choppy for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I don't even count this bar, 16 bars in a row where it's just around this price point. So in my opinion, with the price action, this is telling us that this price point is very important. And so if we trade too far above it, I wouldn't trade too far above it, because I feel like the market wants to come back down to this point. So it is what it is. We do have this trading range that it's a little too soon for me to trade. I want this to actually be a little higher, so that magnetic pull actually would be stronger. The further we go from this, the stronger the likelihood we come back to it. We do have a two-legged pullback here though. Pandas, my pandas. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Almost wanted to go short there. I almost wanted to go short there. Really did, because I just think we're going to just keep coming back to this point here. I would like a better setup than that though. And it made an immediate point. I don't know if I would even got filled, to be honest. And one more push up, and I'll look to go short. Yep. I'll look to go short here if I can, actually. With a decent signal bar, I'll be willing to go short, because I'm pretty confident we'll come back down to this point sometime. The good signal bar, I'll be looking to go short. Terrible signal bar. You know what? I'll actually trade with a smaller contract size, scale in one time, and swing the trade back to this point here. Need a decent signal bar though to swing. Currently terrible signal bar, but I'll be swinging 2 contracts down to this point, scaling in one time with an 8-point stop loss. The reason why I choose 8 points is because typically I would trade with 4 contracts, and I will be willing to lose up to 4 points with that lot. And so if I half it, I'm willing to lose 8 points now with half the contract sizes. So this is why I'll scale in up to 8 points. Looking for a decent signal bar though. Signal bar is terrible. I would like a failed trap, and I'll take a failed trap back down to our magenta line here. And it looks like a really strong uptrend, pandas, but in my opinion, we are just asking to come back here. The higher they go, the harder they fall. Looking for a failed trap here on this magenta. Waiting. I'm gonna swing this back down to here, to my magenta line. I'm gonna have one scale in here. If this does reverse on me, I will have one scale in. This will be 8-point stop loss, and that's an $800 loss. But pandas, it's all part of the plan. It's how much I'll be willing to lose on any trade. And so do not copy my trades, pandas. Do not copy my trades. I'm going to swing this back to the magenta line because this magenta line, I'm pretty certain, will act as a magnet for us today. I'm willing to scale in one time here. If we go down far enough, what I will do is I will just move this to break even, but I need a buffer. I need about 4-point buffer before considering doing that. We do have a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA here. This could push higher. We could be looking for a new high, but it's this magenta line, pandas. The market had told us with price action, it's an important spot. Very important spot. So I'm swing trading it here. So now I have enough buffer, in my opinion, to try to go break even +1. Might have done that too soon here. I don't like how that looks. I need this to try. No, I need this. I can't let this stop out here. I have to keep my swing set up here with a trap trade. I have to let this play out. I cannot let this stop me out right here because that ruins the purpose of the swing trade. You need the swing to work for you. And the swing trade is up here. Your stop loss is swing trade. Your scalp stop is right here, and you already made your scalp and you're out of the trade. For a swing trade, your swing trade should be up here. There we go. That's our trap. That's what we're looking for. Getting to our spot here. Now I'll be willing to actually move it here because now we have a pivot. So we have a pivot here. I'm willing to go one tick above our pivot, and if we don't make it down, then I'm thinking our swing is done because we actually have a pivot here now to work with. Just waiting. You know, right now it's a risk-free trade. I'm saving myself $50. I can make $50 no matter what on this trade. But my goal here is this, and my goal here is this magenta line. Also, another goal you can have with the swing trade is 2x this risk reward, and that's actually right at our magenta line here. Right, I doubled that doji here. We missed it by one tick. Still waiting to be filled. Still waiting to be filled here. We missed our magenta line by one tick. And that's what I mean, that this magenta line will be a strong magnet for us today because of the price action right here. This price action right here is very telling of, you know, what today will bring. In my opinion, I might get stopped out. Who knows? You know, we got one tick to our target and we missed it, and it could reverse here. But I'm fine with, you know, losing whatever. I'm protecting my capital right now with my, you know, just putting it at the pivot right here. And thankfully I can have a pivot to work with. But you have to be patient enough to get that pivot first. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Getting that bamboo. So this line right here, again, is because of the ledge, and the market is going to want to come back to this ledge. If we break far below it, I'm willing to come back up to it because the ledge has been pretty strong. Bouncing off that ledge. Also the 2 times this risk reward on this bar Could use that as well. This, this is pure price action trading. You're just reading the candles for what they are. The candles are telling you a story here. And, it takes a while, but you got to understand the language to understand the story. Let's go, baby. You guys like my new panda, my bamboo? Get that bamboo. Hope everything in that trade made sense. That failed trap here, right? If this was a strong bull trend, then that trap should not have failed right here. This trap, you cannot be failing on your traps if you're in a strong bull trend or a strong bull breakout. This trap failing told me everything that I need to know. We're gonna come back down to our important spot here. Important price. Someone dropped that GIF in the two-legged pullback Discord, and I was like, oh, I gotta use that. I gotta use that. It just looks so satisfying when the panda bites into the bamboo. It just looks so satisfying. It looks so good. It makes me want to eat bamboo. It just chops it off, chomps it off. Sitting on our pause here, two-legged pullback, Pikachu trade. This could be first break a trend, and they might be looking for a new high here. Could be it. Two-legged pullback forming here. Sitting on my pause. I could potentially take a short here and scale in again, but just sitting on my pause here. If it's a really good signal bar, I might go short again. Nah, we're looking for a new high. Let's get that new high. Break a trend to new high before we continue our downtrend. That's what I'm thinking. Where did this go? I see. Looking for a point. Pandas, my pandas. CAA Capital LLC says, why are you trading and you meet the profit target? I mentioned earlier. I'm actually trading sim right now because I've reached the goal, and so I cannot mess with this account right now. I have to wait till it gets funded, and once it becomes quote unquote funded, it actually turns into a paid performance account, which it seems like what's happening is that they have this huge pool, and they have a trade copier that when you trade, it will trade on their huge account, and but you trade on your side, just sim, or on their what they call a paid performance account. And so the money goes, it gets, traded on their huge account, whatever that is, and again, their big pool of money. Just watching. That trap fails though, pandas. Very interesting here. Failed trap to the long side. This could be a strong push down. That's interesting. A failed trap. Very interesting in my opinion. Failed trap? Huh. Failed trap here, failed trap here. Another failed trap here. 3 failed traps in a row. Could it be possible, pandas? The way I know these are traps is because the magenta and the gold box signifying that these have all been traps. So we have a trap here. Right, this makes less than a point, reverses, makes less than a point, reverses. This makes less than a point, reverses. And we're about to have 1, 2, 3, 4 traps in a row, pandas. Amazing. Very choppy. Looking for that new high. Wow. A lot of people got trapped there. A lot of people got tricked. I think when they saw that this bar, they're like, this is going to go down. But we're looking for that new high. Right, break a trend to new high. And after this new high is created, and in my opinion, it has to be created with a two-legged pullback. So we're waiting for this kind of pattern right now. And once that happens, then we can look for another short, actually. I don't think we're going to have a strong bull trend day today. Let's just say that. I don't know if we're going to have a strong bear trend day today. I think we're going to have a trading range because of this price action that happened right at open. Just this complete choppiness, creating this ledge. Right, all this choppiness here, over 20 bars of chop. Telling us, the market's telling us something. It attempts to make a new high here. And I'll just be waiting. I wanted to be a two-legged pullback before going short. So look for one more push up. That's what I'm looking for. One more push up and then probably reverse. Looking for one more push up to make a new high. Pandas, my pandas. But full disclosure, yeah, if I'm trading with Sim, I want to let you guys know I'm trading with Sim. I don't want you guys to come here thinking I'm not trading, I'm trading with something I'm not. So, full transparency. But just until I get this account converted to the funded account, and then we'll trade this new account. It is what it is. But I'm not sure if you guys heard, but yesterday, Jerome Powell, on his in his testimony, he said that inflation is here to stay. It's not transitory anymore, and so I think the market kind of got spooked. And what that typically means, if the Fed chair is admitting that there is actual true inflation happening, the Fed should be forced to start to do some quantitative tightening, which means that they're going to raise interest rates, and through the means that they raise interest rates. 1 second, pandas. This is Panda dropping off some elixir of life before heading out. Ooh, inside bar. I almost want to go short here, pandas. Call me crazy. If I go short here, pandas, if it's a solid red bar, I'll go short. That's a teeny little inside bar right there. Breaks out to the upside, fails, breaks out to the upside. Failing to break out. Failing to break out. I almost want to go short here, pandas. But I would wait for my setup here. Do like a pullback trap to the downside. That's what we're waiting for. Trap trade, right? Now it's made a new high, breaking this high. Getting far away from our very important price here. And it most likely will come back to it. I know it seems like it won't because this looks like a strong uptrend, but pandas, just watch. It'll come back to it sooner or later. strong bull breakout right now. So this is what I won't short this right away. But if I get my pattern here, I would consider shorting this actually all the way back to this line. I know it sounds crazy, but you can have a potential good swing trade here if you know these price points. This is our edge today. Our edge is this line right now. Pandas, my pandas. Sorry, like I was saying about Jerome Powell. If the Fed chair admits there's inflation, I believe they should be forced to start raising interest rates, quantitative tightening. And what that should do is prick the bubble. In my opinion, it should prick the bubble. And I say that because the price of the market is this high, inflated because of, well, inflation. And if now you get rid of that, if you start to do things to counter inflation, the market should drop. And so I think the market's starting to consider that now in their price. And yeah. So I think that'd be good though for anyone who has a lot of cash. I mean, even for me, where I live in the bamboo forest, the bamboo houses here, they are insane. They actually is not as insane as it was before. You know, it was really insane about 3-4 months ago. Slow down a little bit, but I think if you raise interest rates, again, the whole reason why the housing market went up like crazy is because the interest rates were so low, and so people were just saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna buy a house at any price, doesn't matter, interest rates are this low, and so it just kind of like stimulates the economy in that way. But at a certain point, if you put too much stimulus in the market, it does a reverse effect, right? It actually hurts the market because then the prices just start to skyrocket. Even though people are buying houses and spending money, right? They're kind of spending too much money, and now things are so overpriced. And so raising interest rates won't be bad for people who are like saving money, in my opinion. Because now, your cash, things like home prices hopefully will drop, and at least to a reasonable level, and you can maybe finally buy a house that you've been waiting to buy. I don't know. I'm not a economist. I just look at futures. But from my understanding, my simple understanding of economics with supply and demand, is just that to me makes sense. And so I'm just waiting for for that to happen. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my setup here. I'm waiting for a trap trade to the downside, and it has to be kind of at least trigger below the 20 MA. If it triggers above the 20 MA, then I'm not gonna like that. But some people might like this two-legged pullback to go long, and for me, this is an area where I actually will look for a trap. So I'm not planning to go long here. So you can go long if you want, but again, my magenta line here, I think is gonna suck the market back up to this magenta line. And that's my edge today. You know, every time we go far away from it, I'm going to keep trading back into this magenta line. Yeah, Pandas, let me know in the comments, you know, if you agree with what I said, or, you know, if you have other opinions saying that, Panda, you're talking crazy. That doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm fine people sharing their opinions. It's just there are some opinions that are a little more reasonable than others. Let's just say that. This is a two-legged pullback, perhaps triggering here. It's not really close to the 20 EMA. It's on the uptrend, but I mean, it looks like it wants to go higher. This looks like it wants to go higher because we couldn't even touch the 20 EMA now. We made this higher low, second entry long, right? This is two-legged pullback. It's a higher low, two-legged pullback, and it's going with momentum, going with the trend. Could push higher here. I can't even take this trap if it does trigger. I can't take it. Right, scalps out. Actually, it's a pretty good scalp. You know, this is an uptrend. But the reason why I didn't take that, hopefully it's been obvious, right? I've been waiting for a trap after the break of new high here. Two-legged pullback. But now we're making new highs. So I'm thinking, instead of coming back down, this is going to be an uptrend. Right, that's the evidence I need in order for this to be an uptrend. Can't use this pivot. Doesn't make much sense to me. Fortunately, it's hard to say. Because if I use this pivot, like if I use this pivot here, could use this pivot. Could have found support right there. That could be the reason why this is moving up, because of this trend line. I'll keep this trend line for now. I think this one is probably the accurate one right now, but we'll see. Strong uptrend, strong move, actually breaking above the highs, the overnight highs. Let's see where we are on the daily here. Just recovering the entire yesterday's sell-off, just recovering it all in the morning session here, almost. What I would like to have now is a moving average gap. I mean, this is a strong uptrend. I want a moving average gap. It's on the menu today: Greek yogurt, strawberries, chia seeds, and a little bit of honey. Add some granola on there. This would be a mighty fine parfait. Let me read some of your comments. Arthur Lopez asks, when it's funded, can you take money out? Yes, you can. Carrie, I haven't seen his name before, but he's very active right now. So welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if I've seen Carrie before. Richard Harris says, I live in a tree. So do I. Arthur Lopez says, yes, in my bamboo tree, I bought in '89 for $140K, and now next door just sold for $560,000, more than $500,000. That is quite a nice return of investment. Plus, you had a nice little place to live. Oh, you know your channel's doing well when you get shillers like this. Angel Kovac. Thanks. Thanks, Angel. Really needed to know that. J80 says you passed. Congrats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the pay structure of the funded account, for those who are interested in a funded account, use the coupon code in the pinned message in the chat. It's 50% off, and so it's a nice coupon code for you. And you know, you can use the link to sign up for Apex. But basically, the way the payout structure works is you have to trade before you pull money out. You have to have 25 days of trading. I know it sounds crazy. That's more than a month of trading. So they want you to trade on this paid performance account for a month, and this could be a final flag here. Could be a final flag. On the 5-minute, simply a two-legged pullback. Big two-legged pullback, A, B, C. This could be, right, something like this, break a trend to new high. Simply a two-legged pullback on the higher time frame. This is actually a trap trade on the 10K chart. Should have came down here, but instead does a trap and reverses immediately. But yeah, right now looks like a spike in channel type situation. Just unsure what's happening right now. You can turn to a spike in channel. This would be the place where you do the spike in channel if you're gonna take it. Could be a spike in channel like this now. Or if we break down, then we can come back all the way down to our favorite spot, this magenta line. Don't forget this magenta line is here. But yeah, you have to trade 25 days, and you can only take out, and the first $10,000 you can actually take 100% out of it. But it will take, the first withdrawal has to be after 25 trading days. So pandas, I won't be able to tell you if I'm going to get this money until probably 2 months or 1.5 months, I guess. Because there are going to be some trading days we'll miss because of Christmas and New Year's, things like that. But yeah. So the first withdrawal will be 25 trading days after the funded account commences. And then the thing about that first withdrawal, it can only be max $2,750. Plus, you need to get more than, you have to have, for this account, $150,000 account, you have to have more than $5,000 in that account. You have to have made at least $5,000. You can't withdraw it unless your account is over $155,000. But that every account is different. But for this account, the 150K account, you need to have at least $5,000 profit in there at all times before withdrawing. Now, you don't lose the account if you go under 155,000, but you can't withdraw unless you have more than 155,000. But for me, I'm not going to withdraw it, anyways, until I'll probably make at least $10,000, because once you withdraw, you lose that money, and it's going to affect your drawdown. And so I'll probably wait a little bit before my first withdrawal. I think the spike in channel is good yet, pandas. Let's see if we hit the top of the channel. And with that being said, also, the next withdrawal, you have to have 10 trading days. So the second withdrawal, you have to have 10 trading days between the first withdrawal and the second withdrawal. And so that's a little closer time. And that will come out at again, max withdrawal $2,750. And then the third withdrawal I know it sounds crazy. And the third withdrawal, again, at least 10 trading days, but you basically have to wait another month because you can only do one withdrawal per month. And it happens typically at the end of the month, I think. And again, that's a max withdrawal of $2,750. And then starting from the fourth withdrawal, you can have no limit to your withdrawals. And for them, that's the way they protect themselves from people who are just one-hit wonders. You know, they want to have traders who can be consistent over months. And so for them, they want to, it's kind of like maybe I almost want to say a two-tier evaluation, but not really, because once you get your paid performance, you can actually get money out of it. So it's not like you're trading with, no money. You're still trading and you can get money out of it. But that's the structure they have. And I want everyone to know that, right? If you're going to sign up for Apex, you should know this. I don't want you to sign up for Apex and realize, I don't want any part of this. I want you to be happy with your decision. And so you should know this before signing up. And in my opinion, I think it's smart for Apex to do that. They want to protect themselves as much as possible. And then after that, after basically it's going to take 3 full months for you to pull out your first $10,000. But that first $10,000 is all yours. And then once you pull out the $10,000, then you can pull out as much as you want. But yep. Steve T asks, what does a magenta line represent? This magenta line here is this little spot here, this little ledge that we found. And in this ledge, we had all of this price action right here. And so for me, this little magenta line is where the ledge is. You see where these guys are hitting? And that happened right at the open. And so for me, even though we're going far away from it, in my opinion, we're going to come back to this magenta line sooner or later. In my opinion. And I'm not going to forget this magenta line. I will not forget. Never forget. I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. So the question is, why would I do this? Well, if it takes so long to take your money out, why would you do this? Well, the big thing is you're trading someone else's money. And so if you lose, you don't lose any money. I'm not losing any. The only money you lose while doing this is, paying for the evaluation and paying the $85 monthly fee to get market data, wire transfers, whatever fees that they have. $85 covers all of it per month, and it is what it is. And that's the benefit. You get to trade. You don't have any risk of losing money. So someone asked a good question here. Arthur Lopez, how did you choose Apex as better than competitors? Well, I chose Apex. First off, I asked the chat, hey chat, tell me what prop firm should I do? You guys gave a couple of suggestions. I didn't even have Apex as a option, but then everyone started to type in Apex in the chat. And one of the big things is right now they have 50% off their evaluation. So it's the cheapest one right now in order to pass and get a funded account. And the reason why they're pushing this is because they're newer, so they want to promote their product. And so 50% off. The second thing is the fact that you get to keep 90% of the profits, which is better than Top Step. Top Step, I believe, you keep 80%. Apex, you keep 90%, which is better. And I believe the person who created Apex, had a bad experience with Lilu, and he wanted to basically recreate Lilu, but take all the annoying stuff away and make it better for the consumer. And that's the beautiful thing about capitalism, right? When someone does something, you can always do it better than them. You have the right to do it better than them, and so that's what capitalism drives. This competition between these prop firms. So now we have Apex coming out with their own prop firm, and now here we are. Yeah, so you have to pay $85, and it covers market data fees, licensing fees, and so if you already have a license for NinjaTrader, that's unfortunate. You still have to pay the fee, but if you don't have a license for NinjaTrader, it comes with the license, which is nice, right? That's a little caveat. If you haven't paid for NinjaTrader yet, you can actually use this. You can actually use Apex to get the free, like a free license. Well, you're paying for it, but it comes with it. We finally have a break of the trend. We also have a break of the 20 EMA. Now, in my opinion, we should get a new high here before reversing. U-Profit was another option, but at the time, U-Profit, you couldn't actually use NinjaTrader, or was that Earn to Trade? I'm not sure. One of them you couldn't use NinjaTrader, but it had pretty good pretty good rules. Uriel Cohen, I believe I answered that question already, and so you can rewind it. Magic Warehouse asks, Panda, if your strategy has 80 to 90% success rate, why would you be afraid of losing? Wouldn't you be better off trading your own money? No, you would not be better off trading your own money. You'd be better off trading someone else's money. Because I'm a panda, I make mistakes. Plus, the account size that they give you is a lot more than my capital. The account size that they give you is huge. $150,000 trading up to 17 contracts. That's incredible. I can't do that with my own account. At least not for a long time. I won't be able to do that for a long time. Woodman Jr. says, I clicked on your Apex link and didn't see the 50% off. You have to use a coupon code. So when you sign up, the final step before you pay, make sure you put in the coupon code, or else you won't get the 50% off. So there is a spot where they ask you, do you have any coupons or whatever. So make sure you use that. Crystal D asks, congratulations again, Panda. Very excited for you. Thank you, thank you. And thanks for the coupon code. We appreciate it. You're welcome. Will you have more coupon codes for Apex, you think? That depends on Apex. Not sure. I think Apex, at least, around, at least around this time of year, next year, they probably have another coupon code. I mean, at least. They probably have more throughout the time, but at least around Black Friday, right? I'm just waiting for a setup. I have no setup right now. We do have a failed trap here to fail to continue the market. We do actually have a two-legged pullback here, and that two-legged pullback does trigger right there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this is actually an outside bar reversal, and so this is a hidden second entry. I'll draw it out for you. A, B, C, and actually reversed right here. So if we get this, I'll be interested. I'll be interested in a magenta, in a short here. I'm looking for a magenta box to go short here, because I'm thinking we're getting back to this magenta line. We'll come back to this magenta line sometime today. And I could potentially swing trade here all the way down to here because now we also have a head and shoulders, right? Which means it's a double top, lower high double top. It's just a form of that. So we had a double top here, higher double top, now a lower double top. So double top from this one to here, then from this one to here, just losing momentum by the price action. We can see it with the price action. But I would like my magenta box to trade for my reversal. And that can happen if it triggers above here by 1 tick, you know, up to 4 ticks or 5 ticks and then reverse. But I'm looking for a reversal trade here. That is what I'm waiting for, pandas. Almost tempted just to go short right here, but I'm gonna sit on my pause. Gonna sit on my pause for my setup. Not gonna rush anything, not gonna have FOMO. G80 says, are you trading minis? No, I'm not. Or trading micros, I guess that's what you're asking. I'm trading a sim account right now. I don't want to mess with my funded account, so that's why I'm not trading my funded account, but I'm just trading right now, like I said before, it takes about 4 days, you know, so I'll get my funded account in next week, pretty much early next week, I think. So right now I'm trading sim, and yeah, because I don't want to mess with this account. By the way, pandas, if you also have reached your evaluation and you have not yet reached the 10-day mark, make sure you just trade small every single day until you get it. And the thing is that once you get it after 10 days, you still have to keep it there, right? You don't have to trade it, but you gotta keep it there, and because they need to convert it. And so throughout the conversion process, you need to keep that. So do not trade it, please. Do not trade it because anything can happen. Here's my setup here. I want this trap. I'll take the outside bar reversal. This is a trap I was talking about. 1 tick above and now reverses. And coming back to our magenta line here, I'll trade this with with my regular 3 with 1 runner. See how long we can get this runner for? It's gonna be an outside bar reversal. I'll take this outside bar reversal. In this trade now, at least to the bottom of the trading range is what I'm thinking. But magenta line for this. Trap trade. We're in this trap right now. Sitting on my pause, waiting for it to work out. Reading the price action perfectly right now. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Getting that bamboo. Getting that bamboo. I wanted to come back to this line, so I might get stopped out here. Unfortunately, get stopped out. Hits the bottom of the trading range, bounces off of it. And I wanted to come back down to here. It probably will come back down to here, but it wanted to stop me out before doing so. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy. I'm not like as excited because it's a sim account, but still it's good for you guys, right? You guys can see how to trade the two-legged pullback as I'm trading it. That actually was a Pikachu trade. So what a Pikachu is, I haven't explained this in a while. So Pikachu basically is both a second entry and a trap all in one spot. And you can see it with a magenta box and a dark red number. The dark red or dark green number means it's a second entry. The magenta box means it's a trap. How does that work? How can it be both a trap and a second entry? Well, it's because of this. A, B, C. That is the second entry, right? Second entry short, two-legged pullback, 2 pushes up. But it's also this. A, B, C. A fails to make a point, right? Actually, if you look very closely, I'll zoom in for you guys. That actually breaks above the previous candle's high by 1 tick. And if it's even by 1 tick, that's all it takes for you to trigger the second entry. And the reason why we call it Pikachu is because if you look at this pattern here, this pattern looks like a lightning bolt. And if you guys know, the tail of a Pikachu is a lightning bolt because it's like an electric Pokemon. Anyways, That's our setup, right? That Pikachu trade to the short side. So nice Pikachu off the 20 EMA. Back to the bottom of the trading range. I guess I could have swung my core contracts down to the bottom of the trading range, but it is what it is. So bottom trading range to top of trading range. It's awesome to hear a lot of you pandas are funded with Apex. That means you guys already did the evaluation. That means you guys are already, hopefully used the link and you guys took advantage of that 50% off code. It means that you guys are in a place where you could trading someone else's money. And so, yeah, it's awesome to hear when you pandas are already funded. Just waiting. No setup here. That's a reversal that I thought will bring us back down to our magenta line, but it's failing to do so. It might create its own two-legged pullback before reversing once again back down. So that happens sometimes. On the reversals, they make these two-legged pullbacks here. You could also consider this, right? Break a trend to new low, reversal here. You could do that, but in my opinion, with this reversal here, tells us everything we need to know. The market is in a downtrend at the moment, in my opinion. Pandas, my pandas. Up 900 though today. Not gonna lie, it's a lot more cool, calm, collected when this is yeah, sim trading. Kyle Hooger verse as based off your beginner videos, an uptrend is stopped when a candle breaks a previous candle's low. When you draw, you don't stick to that rule all the time. Is it just a loose guideline? In those beginner videos, when I say uptrend and downtrend, and it triggers between basically breaking a candle's high or candle low, I'm explaining that to understand how to count legs. And so basically you want two uptrends before, right? That is considered a two-legged pullback. But also uptrend, right, could be used to explain the larger, right, the larger structure. And so when I say uptrend in these video or in these streams, I usually am talking about the larger structure. Typically in these streams, when I talk about like the legs, I will say up leg or down leg. So we have two pushes up, right? I'll say either two pushes up, two pushes down, and I'll explain it that way. But the beginner video, you just have to have that concept of, at every time the candle breaks a previous candle's high or low, that is in the short term, right, an uptrend or downtrend. And so in these videos, I usually talk about uptrend, downtrend in the larger structure, not in counting legs. Hopefully by the time you're watching these streams, you understand how to count legs and you understand how to identify second entries, and so you're not completely lost when I say, here, this is a nice two-legged pullback or a nice second entry to enter into, same thing, and you guys can follow along. Richard Belmont says, now that you reached your goal, what happens if you take a trade and drops below 159,000? Do you have to trade to be above the goal till a specific date? Yep. You have to be above the goal until 10 plus days, or until they basically, until they convert your account. You have to keep it above the goal. Seymour asks, how do you enter an order quickly with Ninja and any hotkeys? There is a video in my channel that goes over how to set up hotkeys. And so if you go like Ninja Trader settings in my channel, you can find it. So I use all hotkeys. You know Thomas Wade? Okay, the one thing that kind of peeves me about Thomas Wade right now is that he right clicks and then he goes and puts his limit order or stop order in, and that to me would make me so nervous if I'm trading, because if I do that, that's in my opinion very scary. It's just too slow for me, and so I used to do that, but now I just I use my hotkeys. So Thomas Wade, if you ever watch the stream, please use hotkeys. You've been trading for 8+ years, whatever. Please use hotkeys. I mean, obviously you're used to your system, and I don't want you to change it if it works for you. But man, hotkeys I think make trading, for me, it makes it a lot more, I guess, a lot more fun in a way, because it's like it becomes a game almost, right? It kind of gamifies the charts. So I could put stops and trades anywhere, anytime. I have stops for these. I have four different hotkeys essentially. So I have a for a limit buy order, and also for a stop limit order, right, to buy. And also I have a sell limit order and a sell stop order. And so I have two hotkeys. So if I want to make a retracement, I'll know quickly to put it here for retracement. If I want to enter a stop loss, a stop order, I have a quick hotkey there. And so if I right click and have to do all those orders, that would be too hard for me, in my opinion. So Thomas Wade, please use your hotkeys. Griff asks, what made you choose Apex over other funded accounts? I actually answered that question a little earlier, so you can rewind the stream and find it. But I do explain why I chose Apex. Okay, J80 has a good point. He says, my cat jumped on my computer. I would say right now, if you are a trader, pandas, look, we're coming back to our magenta line. I know it seemed crazy at the time when it looked like this and looked like we're gonna go up forever. But pandas, I have not forgotten this magenta line, and that's why I wanted to swing this reversal back to our magenta line. And hopefully you guys can see the power of the price action, where we know the price action told us this is an important point, and we're coming back down to it. The magenta line, pandas. Don't forget this magenta line. Powell delivering bad news, doesn't matter. We knew by the price action already where our area was, and that we're going to come back to it. So this is our edge, We have a spot that the market really likes, and we want to come back to it. So look at with this swing trade alone, if you're able to take the swing trade, that is a nice swing trade. Just watching. I wish I had my runner, but my runner got stopped out by this last bounce up. It is what it is. But this magenta line, pandas, it's gonna be a magnet, a vacuum, a black hole, whatever you want to call it. Very interesting, pandas. I'm looking at the 5-minute. This is basically just been one big two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback and just reverses, right? The market made 2 moves and it's reversing. Strong bounce up though. Could be a failed breakdown. Strong bounce like that, you know, really anything can happen. We could either just be retesting the breakout spot and reverse again, or we can reverse here, and it's a little hard to tell. We need confirmation, typically with a two-legged pullback. But we have no two-legged pullback here. Pandas, my pandas. If any of you guys are interested in the two-legged pullback indicator, you can check out the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. That's where all these numbers represent, right? Leg counts, and by the color, you can tell if it's a second entry or not. And with the box, tells you if there are traps here. Also, trading range indicator, marking trading ranges using pure price action. Go to the same website. If you are interested in opening an Apex account, use the coupon code, please. You know, save yourself 50% and use the link that helps me. Also, make sure you scalp that like button. Up 900 today on stream. Hope you guys, you know, have an amazing day. Trade safe, everybody, and excited to get the funded account. Once I get a funded account, we start trading that as soon as we can. Hope you guys, you know, get your bamboo. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. So, pandas, as always, happy trading. God bless.